What's up guys, it's me Jeremy, and a lot of times when you face a formidable opponent, it can often feel like there's nothing you can do to beat them, especially if you're in a bad matchup. But that's because you're not punishing their weaknesses. Let's get started. Now the thing is that every single champion in the game has weaknesses. Yes, even the ones considered to be overpowered do still have some form of weakness. They might just be harder to punish. And these weaknesses will always leave room for counterplay, and if you want to come out on top, you have to punish those weaknesses. And this is something the pros do so well. They never let any weakness go unpunished, which is why what's good in the LCS often doesn't translate into what's good in solo queue and vice versa. Take Amumu for example. He sits in solo queue with the highest win rate of any champion, around 56% or so, while he's almost never played in the LCS, and it's because solo queue players can't punish his weaknesses as well. So the first thing you need to do is identify the weaknesses of your opponents. The weaknesses within a champion's kit usually aren't that hard to figure out as long as you know everything about what the kit does. But if you have difficulty with that, consider the strengths of that champion, why they have those strengths and what counters those strengths, as well as absences and key mechanics such as sustain, crowd control, range, as well as long cooldowns within the kit itself. And overall, a big part of that requires you to do what is called metagaming, which is changing your build setup and or playstyle to better counter your opponents. For example, if I'm playing Thresh versus a Morgana matchup, I might take an AP rune setup and max Q so that my hook would outdamage her black shield completely even if she's maxing it, leaving room for the rest of my crowd control as well as the rest of my abilities. Or versus say a Leona on Thresh, I might take 80 reds and max E to maximize my auto attack harass, so that Leona cannot find engages on me while I focus on maintaining a health advantage. It's things like that that you need to do to punish weaknesses. And I guarantee you, there is a way to play each and every individual matchup within every single lane, as well as in the jungle. So study your matchups well, especially when learning new champions or new roles. Obviously I can't go over every single matchup in specifics, but anyways, knowledge of matchups is incredibly important so that you can do the respective metagaming necessary. But weaknesses can also come from playstyles, not just from the champion. And so identifying those weaknesses might be a little bit difficult since they are different for each person, especially versus good players who can hide them well. For example, me personally, I used to spend way too much time hugging the bushes in bot lane. When I played against good AD carry players, they would punch that by zoning the bushes and poking me down if I went into them. And I often would, so I would get punished for it. They forced me to play outside of my comfort zone, which did not end well for me most of the time. And that's what you want to force onto your opponents. Observe their positioning, how they trade, and just their overall playstyle, and look for consistencies. And then of course you can play to punish those consistencies, just like my opponents punished me for hugging the bush by using it as a tool to get lots of free poke onto me. Anyways, I think that just about covers it since I wanted to make this quick. My name is Jeremy, and that's it for my video on punishing weaknesses. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out some of my others on the screen right now, or stay connected at facebook.com/gamingcurios. Drop a like, share this video, and make sure to subscribe for some more awesome content in the future. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.